Morning, everyone. Really good to be in front of a crowd today that actually cares about media and the quality as well. So we're excited to be speaking to you today because I think it's such a simple idea. Quality opens the door. And at RAAS LAB, with relevance, we walk you through it to outcomes. If it isn't quality, the ad isn't seen. And if it's not relevant, it's not acted upon. I think for years, our industry has been very flawed in many ways, and we've just layered fixes upon fixes upon fixes. But today, we're in an era where we can actually make display work as it should. I like to think of it like a ladder. So if you think at the bottom rung, it's quality. That's the first thing that gets you on this ladder. Then it's onto attention, as we've just heard about as well. So making sure you're in the ad slots where people are going to actually notice you. And then the final rung on that, till you get to outcomes, is that relevance as well. And that is our focus, unlocking that, turning earned attention into impact by matching the message to the moment at scale. So first of all, I just want to talk about what the media is online. And it's a very active media. The open web is lean forward. People arrive with intent. They've come to be entertained. They've come to read, they've come to compare, and ultimately decide. But what all of these things have in common is it's about now. So they scan the content for what helps them, and they filter out the rest. So when an ad fits the page and the moment, it earns attention. When it doesn't, it's just ignored. No matter how perfectly a historical profile has said to someone, this is relevant to you, it can be ignored. So the job is to meet the user where they are in this context, in the moment. And that is the new standard we should be holding ourselves accountable to. But, and it wouldn't be a presentation if this didn't appear in it at some point. I think you've all seen it, but we know that we've got very complicated in this industry. We're still using tech that was made in the late noughties, early 2010s, and thinking this is the best way forward. It really isn't. At the time, we couldn't action based on signals, and so we compensated for that with audiences, with IDs, look-back windows, static templates, and it worked. And I think everyone knows what I mean when I say it worked. Largely because attribution that we've had credited conversions that might have happened anyway. The famous post-view conversion, which I'm sure lots of people in this room have had conversations with advertisers about. But what that has done has pushed a race to cheap CPMs, more layers, more feeds, and more value leaking away from quality publications. We weren't optimizing for what was best for people and brands. We're optimizing for what was possible. But now we can actually simplify that with the technology that exists. I mean, we're one of them, so obviously I'm going to promote ourselves, but there's so many technologies out there, AI focused, that can really deliver simplicity back into our ecosystem. So page level understanding and real-time creative decisions. Privacy first, which we haven't actually said the P word today, mean we can stop simulating relevance with old data based on who someone was and deliver relevance based on what is now, what someone cares about when they're on the page in that moment. So our technology understands the relevance between the content and the creative in real time, and this is such a game changer for that outcomes ladder. It gets you to those outcomes. It's not an iteration on a broken stack, it's a reset. The channel genuinely becomes viable when relevance is decided at the moment of inspiration. And as you can see, we're measuring it all the time for all different ads that could fit into any slot on a page. And how we actually deliver this is deliberately simple. We understand the page like a human would, the topic, the intent, the tone, understanding that user's current mindset based on what they're reading now. And then we reach them now, not after, a few days later when you've bought the thing. We reach someone in that moment. And this is when we decide what messages are relevant for this content. And only when this is the case, we make sure we place a hyper-relevant ad that fits the moment and grabs the person's attention. We solve the active media reality. We reach someone when they want to be reached. And the quality that you're paying for, the attention that you're paying for, is now amplified by relevance. And the interesting thing about relevance as well, it is a spectrum. And because we can measure how closely a message relates to content on a page, we can actually start to plot that on a lovely scale from 0 to 100, because we love talking, 0 to 100 in media. And this is the first time ever that we've been able to actually evidence the efficacy of display. And I've worked in display well too long, but I've always struggled to go, this should be on your media plan. I've always struggled to find that metric which empirically showed that this format, this channel, worked. So here's an example from a travel advertiser that we ran. You can see our distribution of relevance. An ad's getting more relevant as it comes this way, up to 100 over here. And what I'm overlaid onto this graph now is conversion rate. And it's such a simple and obvious thing, which I think we've forgotten about with the layers of shitification, kind of as Matt said. But if you are more relevant to what someone currently cares about, you get more conversions. It's not simple. It is simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. And we see that across the entire marketing funnel. So we're unlocking real outcomes every stage of the funnel, be it brand lift, CPA, dwell time. We're just about to do a study with Lumen as well, where I'm sure we'll really evidence the link to attention as well. And it works across every sector. Doesn't matter if you're selling donuts, insurance, gambling, travel. You can make this apply to every brand that's in the room. So if you were going to ask me what to do next week, first of all, buy high quality, not low quality, low cutter supply. So give your ads the best chance to be noticed. And then the interesting thing is, think about how you should actually be marketing based on who a person is now. Don't obsess on those audiences anymore based on who someone was. What are they thinking in this moment? And then activate upon that with relevance at the heart of your planning. Bring it all together. Creative, placements, put together, drive real outcomes in media. So quality opens the door, and our relevance at RAAS LAB will walk you through it to outcomes. I'll be around after as well with my colleague Laura at the back, naughty chair. Happy to talk to anyone and talk how we can get that door open for you as well. And thanks as well to the guys at Picnic for having us here today. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Tom. That was really great. And hopefully everyone in the room can see how inventory intelligence really is a category where we have different companies focusing on different areas which work together so well. We've got a great question here, and I guess it's a step on top of quality, is how do you balance relevancy with brand safety?
Brand safety is it's naturally baked in to relevance. You are only trying to reach people who care about what your brand is selling. Now, unless your brand is selling something illegal or questionable, you're not going to end up in that environment. And this is one of the really interesting things that we find is everyone is just in this mindset where they have to overlay brand safety because their audience strategies in the past have put them next to horrific content. With relevance, you don't have that issue anymore.
Great, makes sense. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Matt.